Shalom, Akim. I'm going to give all praises and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. The honors the elders and apostles of GMS who teach and rule well, and salutations to all the Akim on all four corners of earth who's pushing this truth sincerely. Shalom, Akim. Yeah, I want to get into this event that's happening. Trump announces that Space Command is moving from Colorado to Alabama. And when I seen this, it just automatically made me think about when I was younger, when I was down that way in the Huntsville area, in the Alabama area, period. And the town I was in, I knew some Edomites, and one of them was from Huntsville. And so, we took a trip to Huntsville into his house, and the particular guy, his dad worked for NASA. And I remember, before even coming to his house, I remember traveling through Huntsville on the way to the town I was going to, and I always see, when you travel through Huntsville, you'll see the rocket ship. You'll see the rocket ship. You know what I'm saying? They got a nice little statue of a rocket ship, and letting you know that NASA is down there. And I was like, oh, what a coinky thing! I never really knew that Huntsville had a NASA space station there. You always hear about Florida. You hear about Texas. Two spots in Florida, if I'm not mistaken, but I never knew Alabama was a launch off spot. And then, like I say, I fast forward, I met an Edomite down there, and he would take me to his house, and the house they lived in, he told me that his parents worked for NASA or whatever. And then when you seen the house, this wasn't no average house, it was cased off on the side of, if Huntsville has hills, they have mountains and hills, you know what I'm saying? So people, they'll have houses on the side of the mountains and stuff. So he had a nice mansion, not mansion, but nice large house, man, on the side of, going up the mountain, and in my mind, I always look at the bigger picture. So I'm thinking of, like, my mind, like, what if a snowstorm hit here, boy, them people in trouble, because you rolling down that mountain, you rolling down that hill, even though it has turns on it to keep you, close to the hill and close to it, but still, it's just not, something I would want to live in. But anywho, he had a nice big house. Parents was well off, and he was well off, and it just added on to the point to the story about the Space Center moving to Alabama, like I say, I Esau is down there. So then I had to do a little research myself to see why, particularly Trump wanted to really, really move to Alabama. And it was because below those space centers, they got underground type cities going on and stuff over there, that NASA uses and the military uses. But all these things are starting to come out. Why Esau is doing these things, as well as he's trying to escape. Esau and his elites are trying. I should say, the elites of Esau are trying to escape. They're trying to run from the damage and the things that they've done, to the Lord's people, and they're trying to escape the Lord's judgment. Just plain and simple, man. That's just what it is. So they try to hide their things, their wickedness, through so-called good things they do. This is Jeremiah 49:10. But I have made Esau bare. I have uncovered his secret places, and he shall not be able to hide himself. His seed is spoiled, and his brethren and his neighbors, and he is not, man. Once again, we're uncovering these things, man, through the scriptures, man. The Lord is waking us up to these scriptures, and we're uncovering who the wicked is, man. We're gonna be playing back in our mind different places, things we're at, and then you can connect it to, oh man, I see why this happened. I see why this is going down, And instantly, like I say, when I seen this Trump moving the Space Center, it just was like dots connecting, because like I say, I was in the household and was introduced to this Edomite, and I've seen that way they were living and stuff, and I couldn't figure out what was really going on, man. But it's something major going on. These devils are really trying to escape the judgment that they have, that the Lord is gonna unleash upon them, man. This is 2 Thessalonians. I'm going to start at 2 Thessalonians 2:3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come, except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposes and exalt himself above all that is called God or that is worshipped, so that he as God, sitting in the temple of God, showing himself that he is God. And think about what Trump is doing lately, man. Trump has no chill button, like we like to say. He don't care. He feels in his mind, in his heart, that he is, the emperor. He's the last emperor. That's what he says. That's what he feels in his heart, man. You know what I'm saying? Right now, he's on a rampage. He's just doing whatever he wants to do. Now that the elites are allowing him to go so far, and he's running with it, man. Trump he's cussing people out. He's putting people in jail. He's having people lose jobs. He's on a real high right now. But yeah, Trump. He right now, those elites and everything, they got him pushing, bullying other countries and stuff. America's really showing their true colors right now. This is Second Thessalonians 2:5. Remember ye not that when I was yet with you, I told you these things, and now ye know what withholding, that he might be revealed in his time. For the mystery and iniquity doeth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall the wicked be revealed, whom the Lord shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming, man. And so that's who's gonna ultimately put the ultimate revenge in for us, man. The Lord, man. Because at the end of the day, Trump has a military, and he unleashes them on the cities, different cities. He has his own cabinets and stuff mad at him about that, man. The way he's moving, man. But at the end of the day, Trump in his mind thinks that he is the Emperor Nero. That's who he really believes himself to be, and he's painting himself as these different Roman generals and leaders and stuff, and he's running with it, man. And he's fooling the people, man. Obadiah 1:6. How are these things of Esau searched out? How are his hidden things sought up, man? You know what I'm saying? So how do we find these things, man? For the most part, he'll put it in your face, man, because that's how prideful he is, man. And then we'll go ahead and eat the meat and separate the bones from it, man. Through these scriptures. Trump fits everything vile about Esau, man. He is a true Edomite in all essence of it, man. The pride, the way he walks, the way he talks, one of the funny things they said about a week or two ago when his friend got killed, they brought it to him, and he hurried up, changed the subject, to talk about the grand ballroom at the White House that they were getting ready to build, man. So the man has his own agenda. He has his own, wicked thoughts that he comes up with, man. But at the end of the day, he's being revealed, man. And like I said, the purpose once again was I was trying to figure out what was the purpose of them moving to Huntsville, man. The article I was reading about this Colorado to Alabama, they said all the job losses in Colorado that are getting ready to happen because of him, just picking up and moving, the command center. Even though once again, he could have had a command center in Colorado and another one in Huntsville, but no, that's not the way Trump thinks. Trump, this is an Edomite. He's a waster, Though he's not caring about those people's jobs and their lives they had out there in their command center base. It's time to move on. What do you say? Go get another job. This is Ephesians 6 and start at 11. Put on the whole armor of Yahweh, that ye may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of darkness in this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. And this is a spiritual wicked man, He also they have the, their wickedness they dwell on, that Kabbalah, and he swears the God of this world, the God of this, but the God of this wicked place right now is who a lot of these people look up to, man. They're not looking to the Holy One of Israel, to the true power, Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. They're not looking for it. Nor should they be, because when it comes back, it's about to be all about revenge, man. That's what the Lord is. This is Exodus 14:14. The Lord shall fight for you, and ye shall hold your peace, man. So all we have to do is continue on this road that we're doing, and call out and condemn the devil when we see him doing wicked things, man. And once again, like I say, I seen this article that popped up. I said, oh yeah, I got to do a video on this because, like I say, I have been to Huntsville a few times, and I seen the rocket. They got a rocket ship there when you passing through, you know, and letting you know that they do NASA work there. And now Trump has taken a step above and said, I'm going to make the center there, you know. And once again, like I said, it just made me think about the Edomite that I was, hung out with years ago, a decade or two ago, you know, and his parents with the job that they did, where they worked at, you know. But yeah, I just wanted to bring these verses out, man, and speak on it because, like I said, it's about the revealing, man. It's all about revealing this devil and his secrets and what they're trying to do, man, you know. And why are they trying to build this space center up, man? Because we already know, man, what's going to happen, man. They've been showing you on the news that those rockets that you got ain't going to do nothing to the chariot of the Lord, man, you know. And they're coming back. If they're not, you know, they're showing signs. You got other brothers putting videos up where the chariots are coming out of the water, out of the oceans and stuff, man. Or they'll shoot out to the sky and then return back to the ocean, man. So, you know, it's getting ready to get turned up around here. With that being said, I'm just edifying. Shalom, Maki.